Hi guys, I'm Zane and today I'm going to be sharing with you my February wrap-up as well as my March TBR. Now the first and only book I read this month was History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. This was a really interesting read. It follows our main character Griffin, who has just lost his ex-boyfriend Theo. Griffin finds that the only person who he can connect to about this is the person who Theo was dating before he died. It takes place in two different points in time. In one point in time you had Theo, who was alive and well, and at one point he was dead. Now this book wasn't really for me. Just stylistically the writing didn't really click with me. I found that the sentences were kind of short and choppy. But I can see why a lot of people really enjoyed it. There were pictures on Twitter of people who were crying in the first 40 pages, which, is a testament to how emotional this book can make some people, which is great, and I completely respect that. But again, for me, just the writing kind of threw it off a bit. I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars, but I would still recommend it to anyone who hasn't read a diverse read like this. It was interesting, and it really has the ability to make someone emotional if, the writing does click with you. Now, here are the books I'm planning on getting to in the month of March. The first book is The Bane Chronicles by Maureen Johnson, Cassandra Clare, and Sarah Rees Brennan. Now, I'm just kind of gearing up for Lady Midnight. I heard that you want to read all the books in the Shadowhunter universe before you go on to Lady Midnight. And I know The Bane Chronicles is an imperative for it, but I still want to get an idea of Magnus's backstory and how he was before he met our characters. The next book I'm planning on reading in the month of March is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by all the authors who wrote The Bane Chronicles, plus Robin Wasserman. Now, I heard that this book is a little bit more relevant to Lady Midnight, and it features Simon, and who doesn't love Simon? For me, he's my absolute favorite character, maybe of all time actually. He's like up there with characters from Harry Potter, and I'm really looking forward to reading a bit more about him. I also heard that it adds a bit more to Lady Midnight, and that there are just certain nuances in Lady Midnight that you can pick up on better if you read Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. And finally, the last book I'm planning on reading in the month of March is Lady Midnight. Now, I've only heard good things about this book. I've heard it's emotional, I've heard it's funny, I've heard it's the best introduction to a series that Cassandra Clare has ever written. And for me, that was enough to hook me on. I've read like 10 of her other books, so, why not just add this to the list? I'm really looking forward to following some of the characters we were introduced to in City of Heavenly Fire. I really enjoyed those characters, and I'm hoping that I'll enjoy them in Lady Midnight. So that was my February wrap-up and my March TBR. The reason I didn't go into too much detail about the TBR was just because I like to go into the books a bit blind, without knowing too much about them. Let me know in the comments below what books you guys are planning on reading in the month of March. I'd love to know. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later with a new video.